My last live stream, I didn't even get an hour into the live stream, and the damn thing got yeeted. The halftime show was over, and I was getting ready to talk about Griftosphere related shit, and I saw there was nobody listening. So I just went, and to be honest, without anybody listening, I was actually like cutting loose and just being a lot more like open tongue with it. And boy, I tell you, it was one of the greatest roasts I had ever done. Like, everybody got it. Every motherfucker in the Griftosphere fucking got it. John Malin, EVS, fucking all of them. You want to know who got it worse, though? The one who got it fucking worse? Dick Masterson. He got it fucking worse, yep. It was like that scene in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, where Desperado points the gun at Danny Trejo's character. He says, "You die last." That's what it was. It's like, you die last. Yeah, easily the greatest roast that Dick Masterson had ever fucking been given. And it didn't even get recorded. It's like, fuck. You bone insecure, wetback spick, larping around as a white guy ass motherfucker. That's the clip note. That's the Cliff Notes version for you. Calm down there. I don't know if I'll be able to bring that same energy again. I don't know. Yeah, we might have to try to do it, though. We might have to try. Do or do not, there is no try. Who am I kidding? If I get enough liquor in me, maybe I could resurrect that magic. Yeah. It was literally like I was gonna clip it and call it the last Griftosphere roast, and it was gonna be the last time I ever talked about that fucking shit. Because to be honest, like especially after this latest shit that happened with EVS and Malin going after the smaller channels, bullying that girl off the internet, like I was physically like revulsed to my stomach seeing that shit happen. And it's like I don't want to look at it anymore. It's too sickening. Like, I don't want to be physically fucking revulsed to my stomach looking at these fucking people. And I can never look at them the same. Like, I will just be physically repulsed trying to watch these fuckers now. Now knowing who and what they truly are. The way they acted. I mean, Ethan is lucky he still got his fucking channel. Like, what he did technically broke YouTube terms of service. Brigading other channels, especially smaller ones. Like, that's written right there in the YouTube terms of service. You're not supposed to do that shit. And if these people were truly as bad as Ethan pretended they were, they would have fucking went full exterminatus on his fucking channel if they were truly as bad as he pretended they were. It's all bullshit, though. It was just so unnecessary, too. Like, that's the thing that blows my mind. It was just so unnecessary. Thanos snapping away a certain segment of comicsgate that basically consisted of nothing but customers, people that bought your books, just because John Malin wasn't nominated for every award and didn't win all of the awards. It was a fake awards show, for fuck's sake. And they bullied that fucking girl off the internet over it. It just made me so fucking sick to my stomach. Yeah. Comic skaters. For the longest time, I had said ripitards and comic skaters, those motherfuckers, they're all cut from the same cloth. They're two sides of the same coin. But Ripiverse, Eric, and his fucking fans were just a little bit worse than Comicsgate. Nope, not anymore, they're not. No, Comicsgate and Ethan, they're just a little bit shittier than Eric and his fans now. Yeah, after that fucking stunt, throwing a hissy fit and a temper tantrum over a fake awards show and then bullying that girl off the internet and fucking Thanos snapping away that fucking fan base right there. Basically pissing into their Cheerios saying, hey, I don't want you to ever buy my books again. There's a lot of winners and losers in this whole fucking thing. I know that. One of the biggest losers, Shane fucking Davis. Shane Davis. That stupid piece of shit was well aware of that channel and what they do every year with that awards show. He's friends with them. He's in the chat. Did Shane Davis bother to tell John and Ethan the true nature of what's going on? Like, hey, this is a group of fans. They do this every year. Like, and they do a build up to the awards show where they have nominations to get people onto the various categories. It's not just an entire like troll job just to snub John Malin like they tried to make it out to be. That just goes to show how narcissistic and solipsistic they are. Fuck. Like, you talk about true mental illness. John Malin is more mentally ill than Matt Barr. Changed my mind. I went into Ethan's fucking chat, or not his chat, but his comments section right after one of these fucking streams, and I put that right in there. John Malin is more mentally ill than Matt Barr. Changed my mind. Boy, I got a shitload of upvotes for that too. Only one person tried to challenge that too. And he said something along the lines of, well, John Malin's a better artist than Matt Barr, so it doesn't matter if he's mentally ill or not. So they're basically all admitting the motherfucker's mentally ill, but they're all too bitch made to fucking call him out on it. Hey kids, can you say cult? I've been calling this shit out for years. I mean, it's a fucking fruity little internet cult is what it is. Same thing with Rippaverse. And when it comes to cult on cult warfare, it's best to sit back and play both sides against each other and to laugh at both sides. You don't want to fucking get down in there and join any side. Not when it comes to cult on cult warfare. And that's what's going on here. Yeah. Yeah, seeing that shit go down, it made me fucking physically ill to my stomach. Shane Davis, biggest fucking loser cuck out of this whole thing. He could have fucking talked them all down if he truly fucking wanted to. But he's a bitch-made beta piece of fucking shit. Just like everybody in that whole fucking sphere. Yeah, Liam Gray, like, I'm probably more disappointed in Liam Gray than anybody else out of this whole thing. Like, Liam, of all people, should have been able to empathize with this poor girl. Because they did to her exactly what people have been doing to Liam for the past several years, basically. The JDAs and Einen Primes of the world. Well, what did Liam do? Basically threw her under the bus and went right along with the John and Ethan narrative. Yeah, but then again, Liam knows where his bread is buttered, if you know what I mean. To dare speak out against John and Ethan at this point in the game, well, you risk losing everything. And he's got a family to take care of. Everybody has their price in the end. Everybody's got their price. Everybody except for Big Daddy, of course. Yeah. Boy, I should go clip that fucking time when he came on my show.
I don't care about anything else. I care about comicsgate.
Yeah, you care about comicsgate. I care about my comic.
I'm not gonna fuck with you. I know you said you're gonna fuck with my. Big Daddy. I'm not gonna. If your comic looks good, I'll want to know if you want me to promote it. I'm not gonna fuck with you. You got the wrong idea about me, pal. That's not what I do.
That's aging like fine wine as the years go on. The only reason I haven't clipped it and uploaded it because it makes him look so bad. But I'm tempted to do it now. I mean, I felt so sorry for the motherfucker. I took my jack boots off his throat at the last second. Played nice with him. Boy, he came on that stream ready to fight too. By the end of the stream, I had forced him to force JDA to remove the fucking tweet, offering to fucking promote my fucking comic, for fuck's sake. That's how fucking in pocket I had him by the end of that stream. Yeah, easily the greatest fucking like verbal beatdown anybody's ever given that piece of shit. Like I said, I felt sorry for the motherfucker. It was that bad. Yeah. But that was the last time he ever came on my show, and that's for a fucking reason. Because he didn't want to get humiliated like that again. And he knew he couldn't control me. He knew he had no sway over me. Therefore, he had no power over me. Yeah. And when it comes to Ethan, if he can't get no clout from you, and if he can't get no loyalty from you, then he has no use for you. Especially if you make him look like a fool in a debate. I really doubt we're ever going to see Ethan and TJ on a stream together again. Yeah, I saw that motherfucker on there with TJ. And boy, TJ, fuck. He unleashed his inner Mandingo on him. Yeah, Ethan, he got the verbal beatdown, that's for sure. Yeah, ever since the crack stream, he's lost his mojo. A lot of people starting to see through him. Yeah, it made me mad. It really fucking did. This whole thing, seeing it. And I have no affiliation or association with any of those people. Don't watch their shows. I'm not friends with any of them. And if it made me this fucking mad and it got me this fucking pissed off, I can only imagine how those people are feeling, the ones that are directly affected by it. And it was just so unnecessary, too. Yeah, the thing that galls me the most is the arrogant, elitist attitude about the whole thing, coupled with the pearl clutching. I mean, that just, it's so nauseating. It really is. And they're trying to justify the whole fucking thing by saying, oh, she came after John's family, blah, blah, blah. He coming after my family. Like, family, what? She just made an offhanded remark about how he shouldn't take these fucking award shows so seriously. Maybe he should get his dick sucked. Like, it's basically the locker room talk equivalent of, hey, calm the fuck down. It's just a fucking fake award show, you stupid piece of shit. Like, oh my God, she's talking about John's wife. You're not supposed to bring people's family into it. It's like, what? The fuck are you talking about? Like, by simple virtue of their overreaction to the offhanded comment is proof positive that John Malin's marriage is an utter fucking ruin. It's in shambles. Yes. You've basically confirmed that John Malin's marriage, if there even is a marriage left, is in shambles. Yes. By simple virtue of your overreaction to Vanessa's comment. But these people completely lack the self-awareness to see it. Yeah, just Thanos snapped away an entire segment of the movement. Just for no reason. It was just so unnecessary. The funny part is they do these fucking awards shows every fucking year. And the funny part is every year is the same shit. The higher-ups in CG, John Malin especially, it's always John Malin, always throwing a hissy fit. The proof is in the pudding. All you gotta do is look at my channel. The Grifties. The Grifties. Most griftingest grifter pieces of shit I've ever seen. It is the Grifties. I lampooned this whole fucking thing years ago when they were doing it. Like I said, they've literally been doing it for years. So it's like, you guys know that this small segment of comicsgate does an award show every year, and you always throw a hissy fit because John Malin doesn't get nominated for all of the awards and win all of the awards because he's a weird, mentally ill piece of shit. So why don't you guys just make your own awards show? It makes no sense. It makes no damn sense. No, but I guess they are going to make their awards show now, finally, after so many years, like what, 7 years into the game? And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. They're going to make the buyers crowdfund their fake little trophies to give to themselves. This is how narcissistic these pieces of shit are. Yeah, it sounds like something out of a fucking Monty Python film. This is how fucking stupid it is. But it's reality, and it's comicsgate. Mm-hmm. 'Tis a lodestone that attracts the mentally ill. That's what it is. Well, I'm around here. That ought to show you how fucking how mentally ill these fuckers are. Yeah, but I need to step away from it. Like I said, it's made me so physically ill to my stomach seeing what John, Ethan, and the Kings and all of their jackals did to that channel and those people. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. Yeah, a couple streams back, there was a week where I didn't follow no Griftosphere related nothing. So the second half of the show, I literally had nothing to talk about. So I just played music and chilled out, and I told the story of Jezebel and how it related to the modern Western female. And looking back on it now, that was probably one of the best streams I ever did. And I think that's the direction I need to go forward. Like storytelling, life lessons, shit like that. Like I said, great minds, they talk about ideas. Mid-level minds talk about events. Small minds talk about people. Yeah. For the longest time, Big Daddy, I was basically the CG Voldemort out there holding the line. Big Daddy and a few others, of course. But I think I could step away from it now. Much in the way that my main goal behind trolling Eric July and his fan base was that he obviously had a terrible book. It was obvious it was a bad book, but everybody was saying that it was good just because they thought they could get clout from him. But when that dam finally busted and Ethan came out and started doing his trash casts, then all of a sudden everybody flipped and turned and started detracting or whatever. And well, the metaphor I made was, imagine being goth, being part of the goth kids at school, and then you come to school one day and find everybody in the school is goth. And it's no longer cool to be goth after that. That's basically how it was with detracting. You just woke up one day and found out everybody was detracting. It was like, okay, this shit ain't cool no more. It's gone mainstream. Detracting's gone mainstream. It's time to fucking step away and kind of walk back a little bit. But if the motherfucker does something stupid and needs to be called out, I'm still going to call him out, obviously. And that's the same thing with comicsgate and all this shit. I need to step away from it because, well, I don't need to do it no more. Lord Raptor Jesus, he can do that shit now. Yeah, Lord Raptor Jesus, his crew, Wiggle Wiggle, all of them. Yeah, they can take up the mantle now. Yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, Big Daddy, I was the CG Voldemort. It's Lord Raptor Jesus now. Yeah, he can take that mantle. Yeah. This war that Ethan has started with the slums, this is going to be a lot more exciting than this war he had with Eric July. Because unlike Eric July, the slums bite back. Yeah, he's going to have an entire segment of CG, like dedicating themselves to trolling him, his ass, and the Kings and all of his little lackeys and shit. Yeah, he picked himself a fight, all right. Yeah, literally, you've got the most hardened fucking trolls and shitlords on the side of the slums, and this is the side you decide to fucking pick a fight with. Shit, bring it on. Yeah, they're not gonna give up the way that Eric July did and his crew. Like, yeah, you got Renowned Zero, GL Gilmer, maybe a couple others, and those are the only ones basically going against you. Yeah, but with the slums, you got Lord Raptor Jesus, Wiggle, all those guys, and they stream almost every night for multiple hours on end. Yeah, you got a war now. It's only going to be a matter of time till Ethan tries to pull the same tactics that Eric July pulled against him. Like he realizes that, like when it comes to a straight up troll war, that he can't fucking win against these guys. So he's going to try to disengage and pretend they don't exist. That'll be the next move. Yeah, but these people, they're not going to let go. And they don't forget either. And they only are growing. They're only growing. Yeah, much like how Pablo Escobar, the famous drug lord, had made so many enemies throughout the course of his life. Like he would kill somebody's father, and then like the four sons of the father would band together with the three sons of another father, and then their sons would band together. And next thing you know, all of the victims of Pablo Escobar banded together, and they created their own super gang called Los Pepes. And this gang, at the end of the day, when the smoke cleared and the dust settled, became more powerful than Pablo Escobar's crew. And then it came down to just Pablo and a small handful of his most loyal lieutenants, holed up in a hotel room, surrounded by Delta Force, Los Pepes, and the Colombian police force. And he tried to escape. And then he got gunned down on the roof. Some say it was the Delta Force sniper that took him out, bullet right behind the ear. Some say it was Pablo himself that shot himself. But at the end of the day, that's if Ethan and John and all the Kings keep going down this road, that's what's going to happen. All of their enemies are going to band together and create one big super group. And then one day, Ethan's going to find himself and his Kings holed up in the fucking hotel room surrounded. That's what's going to fucking happen. If he even survives that long. Because, well, we all know Ethan, he's on a clock, as we all know. He got that jab. Never forget, he got that fucking jab, and we all know what the jab can do. 8, maybe 10 years tops until some sort of itis-related something gets him. Yeah, he better, well, he won't even have Cyberfrog 4 out. You watch. Yeah, that'll be the only way that any of those books he has shoot up in value. If he Van Goghs himself, if you know what I mean. Yeah. We got somebody in the chat. Boy. Oh. Yeah, this new Kings versus CG Slums war. This is going to be a lot more exciting than this war against Eric July. That's for sure. Yeah, I remember Ethan on one of these live streams. He was talking about the history of war campaign, and at the end of his little spiel, he tells all of the people in the chat, all of his comic skaters, "You're all war campaign now. You're all war campaign." Like, yeah, they're all your fruity little gay op group. That's what they are now. Your little fucking cultists. Yeah, but you can fool some of the people sometimes, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. And anybody who's capable of free thinking sees this shit for what it is, and saw just how fucking nasty and what pieces of fucking shit John and Ethan were to those people. And yeah, I think Ethan is going to try to make up the ranks of all of these lost customers with the quote unquote fan bases of these new CG Kings that he's bringing in. You see some of these people that he's bringing in. I thought I was like watching some sort of dinner for schmucks type thing when I looked at this. Like, who the fuck are these people? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I remember Tim Lim made some sort of metaphor about Mike S. Miller, saying that he was the guy sitting on a lawn chair watching everybody build the house. And once the house got built, he was the first one inside on the chair saying, "Hey, look at this great house we built." Boy, that metaphor goes way, way beyond these other clowns that Ethan are bringing in. He's all of a sudden just elevating to CG King status, and they've never even been around the movement. Like this Bosch Faustin guy, Bosch Faustin, whatever the fuck he calls himself. This poor stupid soul who actually thinks Muslims did 9/11. Can you imagine that being so fucking stupid that you actually think a ragtag band of Muslims actually did 9/11? Fuck. I suppose he thinks the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus are real too. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, but this guy, he didn't even know what war campaign was. This fucking guy didn't even know what war campaign was. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is this guy? Just comes in out of nowhere, all of a sudden elevated to CG King status. Boy, you talk about not even sitting on the fucking lawn chair and watching the house being built, but doing his own thing down the street. And then Ethan's like, hey, taps him on the shoulder, come hang out with us in our house. That's basically what that shit was. Put in no work, instantly elevated to CG King status. One of these fucking people that got instantly elevated to CG King status is a fucking leftist that burns down churches, I guess. A full-blown church-burning leftist. And a Satanist, too. Yep. Well, when it comes to leftism and Satanism, it's all the same. Boy. Yeah, this is the modern-day comicsgate for you. Yeah, but anybody knows Ethan knows. Ethan is a leftist. Always fucking has been. Don't look at his words, look at his actions. All you have to do is look at his actions. It's the actions of a leftist. That's what it is. Elevating people like Vito, satanic church burners, going to baseball games with the comic book hut, free basin with Asian trannies in a fucking parking lot. I mean, goddamn. Yeah, he's fallen so far. So far. Yeah, a lot of people, they're still right there with him, too. Dear cult leader, he can do no wrong. Look how pretty his pictures are. Yeah, a lot of these people are starting to leave him in droves. A lot of these longtime loyalists, too. Yeah, this one guy called Albert, I forget what he's called, Beast Aubrey on Twitter. But this guy, I remember, he was one of the biggest Ethan Comicsgate simps for years. I mean, years, going back to the beginning. And even Albert is now turned on Ethan. And he said the moment that he lost all respect for Ethan was the moment that Ethan tried to make a power play to get back on the High Council, saying that if Jeff Hicks got rid of so-and-so, I forget who, somebody that slighted Ethan in the past, that Ethan would come back and join the High Council again. If only Jeff Hicks would get rid of this guy. I remember seeing that when it happened, and I remember thinking to myself just how sleazy and low class that was when he said that. Because Ethan has no intention of joining the High Council. Yeah, he might come back for one, maybe two shows, but the whole thing is just a power play just to get that guy off of the High Council. That's what that is all about. And that Albert guy, he saw it for what it was, and he said he lost all respect for Ethan after that. Like, damn, I'm surprised you still had respect for him up until that point. A lot of fucking bullshit going on out there. Yeah, what those fuckers did, coming after that small channel, bullying that girl off the internet, that made me fucking physically ill to my stomach. Boy, I confronted John Malin in his fucking chat about that shit too. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing. It's a fucking good thing. I hope Ethan and John continue this shitty, feminine, leftist behavior of theirs, because all it's doing is fracturing the movement and making it weaker. And that's a fucking good thing. It is. And that's a good thing, as Martha Stewart would say. And that's a good thing. Yeah, they're going to do their little gay awards show. Just goes to show how narcissistic they are. You can never, ever again get any sort of awards from the mainstream. An Eisner, nope, none of you fuckers are ever going to win an Eisner. But hey, you can win a fucking Ori. I think they're going to call it something stupid like that, like Rabbit Ore, and they're going to have like a fake golden ore that they're going to crowd fund somehow by selling T-shirts or something. Cultists, what you going to do? You know, when it comes to cult on cult warfare, it's best to sit back and lob bricks at both sides. Yeah, you don't want to get down in the muck with them, that's for sure. You don't want to end up like Frog Tony. Oh my God. Yeah, Frog Tony, he saw the money there with the Eric July grift, and he went all in with the Eric July grift. And now what? It looks like Ethan is starting to step away from the Eric July grift. It's kind of funny. I did that fucking video, Transcending the Trash, Spiritual Warfare in Indie Comics, where I laid this whole thing out about how Ethan has this is spiritual warfare against demons, and if you're not fucking careful, it will consume your soul. And how it has consumed him, this whole fucking crusade against Eric July. And it has. All you got to do is look at all those stupid fucking trash cast shows he did. But then after that, he started walking back the trash cast shows. Started walking back his criticism of Eric July. In fact, I heard him try to rewrite his whole history on that shit. He said, the only reason I talked about Eric July is because people would send me videos of him. And that's what my audience wants to hear. Like, no, motherfucker, you fucking went on a goddamn crusade against him because he decided not to promote your fucking comic. That's what happened. Ethan saw he couldn't get no clout from Eric, and he decided to turn on him. Like I said, if Ethan can't get no clout from you, and if he can't get no loyalty from you, he has no use for you, and he'll fucking turn on you. And that's what he did. Remember, he said ISOM was good. He was promoting that shit. Hell, he even did a cover for ISOM 2. Fuck. He was all in with Eric July until it became painfully obvious there was going to be no reciprocation. As in, Eric July was not going to promote his comic to the degree he was going to promote his. In fact, Eric July wasn't going to promote that shit at all. He might give it a fucking really low-key shout-out. Hey, y'all, go check out Sciver Frog. Like something like that. That would be the most you do. Yeah. I guarantee you if Eric July was all in promoting Cyberfrog, Ethan would still be all in with Eric July, even doing fucking covers for him and shit. Still, Yeah, the thing that broke him was when Yellow Flash decided to throw him under the bus. And Yellow Flash decided to throw him under the bus because he's decided to associate with Vito. If Yellow Flash is to be believed. That was the only reason he decided to walk away from Ethan and comicsgate, because they embraced Vito and he wanted nothing to do with it after that. Yeah, Vito. Good old Vito. Caused so much fucking chaos and trouble out there. Was it really worth it, Ethan? Bringing some shit-stained, low IQ, bald piece of leftist shit like Vito into the fold to see all of the fucking chaos that happened? Was it really fucking worth it? Vito is being prospected to become a CG king, apparently. Super Killer's probably never going to see the light of day either. Fuck. Can you believe that shit? A comic that has not even been released yet. And he says that Vito can become a CG king one day. He's just got to keep up the good work and release maybe a couple more comics. Boy, it doesn't take much to become a CG king in this day and age. Shit. Yeah, well, he's got to rebuild the ranks somehow. Yeah, he's hemorrhaging backers, hemorrhaging subscribers. The movement is hemorrhaging creators. What I've noticed is from the very beginning, Ethan, John, the higher ups within the movement, they have a real animus towards the smaller creators, like the true indie creators, the people who weren't ex-industry professionals, if you know what I mean. Like in the eyes of Ethan, John, and Shane, if you're not an ex-industry professional like them, why, you are lesser than. You're not an elite, if you know what I mean. And they treat you as such. Yeah, these fucking people are such pieces of fucking shit. And it's not like their shit is any fucking better than anything anybody else creates. But then again, I wouldn't know. I don't fucking read that shit. Like I said, of all the shit I've ever seen in this whole sphere, there's only one person, and one person alone, and one project that I've ever seen in which I would ever pay money for, or consider paying money for. And that was Odie's Tomahawk Angel. And that happened to be the only fucking project in this whole sphere that got picked up for publication by Dark Horse Comics. That ought to show you that Big Daddy, what my level of fucking taste is. Yeah, I have no fucking interest in reading Cyber Frog, Fag-like, Inglorious Chode, whatever the fuck they call that stupid shit. I have no interest in any of the shit those fuckers make. But that project of Odie's, that looked like a dialed-in project. Real fucking cool-looking creature designs, a sexy-looking female, a real apocalyptic-looking setting, like a Silent Hill type. Had a real good vibe going. That looked like a cool comic. It looked like there might be something to that. And I already knew Odie was a good artist. Yep, the one fucking project I would have considered paying money for was the one fucking thing that went pro, if you will, truly pro. Got picked up by Dark Horse fucking Comics. You can go to Barnes & Noble, buy that fucking shit. You can't go to a Barnes & Noble and buy a fucking Cyberfrog comic. Or even an ISOM comic for that fucking matter. Yeah, Odie transcended and went the place where all these fuckers couldn't go. And that was the mainstream. Yep. They're not good enough, they're not smart enough, and doggone it, people don't like them. That's why they're not there. It really is as simple as that. Yeah, speaking of Vito, I saw him and Riley look like they got into a fight. I don't know if it was real. I just saw some still pictures on the Dick Masterson Twitter feed. Looked like Riley had him in some sort of a hold, but then Vito was throwing a knee to him. And I'm thinking to myself, where is the footage? In this day and age of everybody having fucking cameras and video recording software on their cameras, why didn't you get footage of them fighting? Why would you just take still photographs? Makes no sense, makes no damn sense. Unless you did get video and you just took a screenshot and still of the video, then that makes sense. But if Vito and Riley actually got into a fight and you didn't film that shit live, then you just need bitch slapped really fucking hard. Really. But it was all kayfabe, no doubt. They staged some photos. Yeah, I'm telling you, something happened to Dick Masterson. Something fucking happened to that guy. The last remember when him and Vito had that little argument, and Vito said something along the lines of, "Well, I know some stuff about you too, Dick," and and Dick's like, "What's that supposed to mean? Are you threatening me?" Remember that stream? It happened towards the final minutes of that stream. And then after that, everybody had speculated that maybe Vito was going to get fired. But no, what happened was Dick gave half of his fucking show to Vito. And then after that, he laid off the fucking gas and he completely stopped making fun of Vito. Kind of sus, if you ask me. Did Vito decide to leverage that blackmail against Dick? Well, Dick, it'd be kind of a shame if the tranny felching incident from Burning Man were to be revealed to the public. It would really take a hit to your credibility as an alpha male. Boy, it would sure be nice to own half of the biggest problem, Not saying that it went down like that exactly, but something fucking happened. The entire premise behind that show is making fun of Vito. You have this fucking bloated, fat, bald, low IQ leftists on there, and you make fun of him. That's the whole fucking point behind the show. And if you're not making fun of Vito, then what's the fucking point of the show? And he completely laid off the fucking gas. Like after the election, for instance. Like it should have just been, Vito should have been turned into a pinata and should have rage quit that fucking stream in tears. Should have been a full like retrospective, full blown analysis, why they lost, this and that. No, it's a just cackling like a fucking cuck, like Kamala Harris the whole time. What a fucking joke. Yeah, he stopped making fun of Vito. I don't know what the fuck happened. Ever since that one fucking stream where Vito kind of did that veiled threat that he's got some blackmail on him, he laid off the gas and like that, like stop making fun of him. I mean, yeah, he do a little fucking this and that here and there, but not like how he should. Not like how he used to. Yeah, boy, if I was in Dick Masterson's shoes, Vito would have fucking yeeted himself already. Like literally, he would rage quit the fucking stream in tears every fucking time. Yeah, but I don't tolerate leftists. I really don't. Especially not anymore. Could you imagine being such a fucking weak, submissive beta male that you would give half of your fucking IP to some shit-stained leftist who would see you fucking put into a death camp without hesitation? You are the biggest cuckold. Goodbye. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. What a weak, timid, submissive beta male. Fucking LARPing around as an alpha. What a fucking joke. A fucking wetback spick LARPing around as a fucking white guy. Bone insecure piece of fucking shit. Yeah, Dick Masterson, easily the biggest fucking joke in that whole fucking sphere. Fucking mockery of a man. Both fucking real. Tries to pretend like he's a misogynist, but he's got a girlfriend. You're a fucking joke is what you are. Gave away half of his fucking IP to some shit-stained leftists who would see him dead without hesitation. All right, I need to stop talking about this shit. Yeah, they were all together in one area. Frog Tony, Riley, Vito, they were all at Dick's house. Yeah, I heard Riley had some sort of court date here recently. I heard that he had Nick Rekieta as his fucking lawyer. Can anybody confirm that? Did Riley actually have Nick Rekieta as his fucking lawyer? If that's the case, you know what's going to happen, right? Riley's going to jail. Riley is going to fucking jail. If Riley truly has Nick Rekieta as his fucking lawyer, he's going to jail. Yeah, if they offer him any sort of plea in which he doesn't have to pay a fine or have probation or go to jail, he needs to take that plea and just be grateful. Yeah, I hear they want to try to get Eric July on the stand or something like that. Fuck. You know what? Normally I have a policy about calling the police frivolously. Like, I really don't like cops. I really, really don't. Cops, they like stole thousands of dollars from me once and tried to orchestrate my death once. Like, I have a special animus towards police. Like, in my opinion, you only call the cops under life or death situations. Most of the time, after you've already pulled the trigger and you need to have them come do the paperwork or whatever. Very, very few times in which to call the cops. And for something like this, like, I thought it was just, it's not necessary. You need to confront him like a fucking man and not act like a little bitch. But at the end of the day, sometimes that first domino needs to fall, if you know what I mean. I think Riley should go to jail. I want him to go to jail. I want Riley to go to jail for as long as humanly fucking possible. Because you want to know why? You want to know what will happen? If Riley goes to jail for a long period of time, hell, even for a year or more, or even for a few months, sometimes those few months get parlayed into a year or more. And then those year or more, they parlay into a decade or more. Because sometimes you have to defend yourself in prison. Somebody tries to take your manhood and you fight back. And you fucking almost kill that guy. You can get charged for assault in prison. You have to use a shank to fucking defend yourself. You get a charged assault with a deadly weapon. Those are more years. More often than not, once you go into prison, you get fucking institutionalized. You never fucking get out. And when you get out, you go back. If Riley goes to jail, the most likely scenario is he's going to become completely radicalized to the Aryan Brotherhood. Yes, since he's white, he's going to have to join a gang. And there's very, very few white gangs you can join. The Aryan Brotherhood, the biggest, most powerful one. And once they find out it was a ninja that put him in jail, boy, you know what they're going to do. He's going to be in the yard pumping iron. Put another plate on there. You got to get that ninja. Yeah, you got to get strong, boy. Put another plate on there. And then next thing you know, Riley's pumping 500 pounds. He's covered in tattoos, pure muscle. And then when the day he finally gets out, you want to know the first thing he's going to do? He's going to go get himself a Kalashnikov with some filed off serial numbers. And then he's going to go pay the warehouse a visit. That's what he's going to do. And if he's not going to pay the warehouse a visit, maybe he'll go pay them a little visit at one of their little meetups, at one of their little bars. And if Riley comes crashing the fucking party with a Kalashnikov, fully radicalized from prison, we all know what's going to happen. Ah, get down. He's got a gun. He's got a fucking gun. And that's a good thing. Yes. And that's a good thing. When it comes to cult-on-cult warfare, you just sit back and you just let them fight each other. And you laugh. That's what you do. You fucking laugh. Because there are no winners in cult-on-cult warfare except for the people who sit back and laugh. Yes.
One day we will watch them fall. One day we will watch them fall. Look out. One day all seven will die. All seven to watch them fall. Stand well and we'll smoke them all with an intellect in the savoir-faire. The one the whole universe could ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time. Oh, don't cry. One day all seven will die. Someday all 7 will die.